student. This is Bharati working as a physics teacher in Oxford High School, Punduru. In previous class we have discussed about relative refractive index, and next one sin I by sin r is equal to constant, that is called it as Snell's law. And one more thing, when light rays travels from rarer medium to denser medium, after refraction the light ray bends towards the normal. Okay, Nama? In this class I have to explain about when light rays travels from denser medium to rarer medium, after refraction the refracted ray bends away from the normal. In this case the angle of refraction is always greater than the angle of incidence. Okay, na? In this session I have to explain about when light ray travels from denser medium to rarer medium, after refraction the refracted ray bends away from the normal. In this case the angle of refraction is always greater than the angle of incidence. And next one more thing, n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. This is also called it as Snell's law. See the first one, the angle of refraction is always greater than the angle of incidence. How can you prove this experiment and what are the materials required? Okay, na? See amma, here materials required. What are the materials are used for doing this experiment? First one ra metal disc. Next to two straws, pins, protractor. Okay, Nama? Metal disc, two straws, pins, and next protractor. These are the materials for doing this experiment. Okay, na? And next one more instrument is there, that is a transparent vessel, Amma. Transparent vessel. That transparent vessel is filled with water. Transparent means, what is the transparent? Transparent means any body or any object which is used passing through the light energy through them, that one should be called as a transparent. And transparent vessel, we have to clearly observing what is happening in that vessel. Okay, na? These are the required materials for doing this experiment. Okay, na, ma? First you have to take, this is for the metal disc, ma. This is for metal disc. Okay, na? By using the protractor, we can find out or we can mark the angles along its edges of the metal disc. And next to take the two straws, ma. That two straws should be kept at the center of the disc. That two straws rotated freely about the center of the disc. Okay, Nama, listen carefully. First we have to take the metal disc. By using the protractor, we can mark the angles from 0 to 90, 90 to 180 or 180 to 270 and again 360. Okay, na? And then take the two straws. That two straws should be kept at the center of the disc in such a way that two straws rotated freely about the center of the disc. Okay, Amma? And next one, here take the first straw, ma. That first straw which makes an angle 10 degrees with the normal. That first straw which makes an angle 10 degrees with the normal, that is called angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. This is the first straw, ma. First straw which makes an angle 10 degrees with the normal, and this is the second straw. Okay, na? This first straw is kept or dipped into the transparent vessel. Transparent vessel is filled with water. Okay, na? Here this is for transparent vessel. Transparent vessel is filled with water. Okay, na? This is for transparent vessel. Okay, na? The transparent vessel is filled with water. Transparent means what is happening in the vessel. We have to clearly observe what is happening in the vessel, amma. This is transparent vessel is filled with water, and this is for the metal disc. The first straw which makes an angle 10 degrees, this is called angle of incidence. Now look at the board, all of you. Here half of the metal disc is immersed into the water. Half of the metal disc is immersed into the water. See, adjust half of the disc is immersed into the water, and next one adjust the second straw that two stars which appears to be in a straight line. Okay na? Adjust the second star, that is two stars are appears to be in a straight line. Okay na? Appears to be in a straight line. Once that is two stars are in a straight line, then remove the disc out of the transparent vessel and find out the corresponding angle of refraction. Okay Nama? And find out the corresponding angle of refraction. Once again I will explain. First we have to take the metal disc using the protractor. We have to take the metal disc by using the protractor, then mark the angles from 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270 or 270 to 360 along its edges. Arrange the two straws. The two straws are rotated freely about the center of the disc. And next, take the first straw, that is straw which makes an angle 10 degrees with the normal. Okay na? And then this half of the metallic disc is immersed into the water. Okay na? Water filled in a transparent vessel. See the second straw, that straw is the outside of the water. Here that two straws appears to be in a straight line. Okay na? Appears to be in a straight line. Once we have appears to be in a straight line, then remove the disc from the transparent vessel and find out the corresponding angle. That corresponding angle indicates the angle of refraction. And corresponding angle indicates the angle of refraction. Here actually the angle of incidence is equal to, in this case, the angle of incidence is equal to 10 degrees. Here the angle of refraction is 13 degrees. The angle of refraction is 13 degrees. See here this is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. In first case the angle of incidence is equal to 10 degrees, but the angle of refraction is 13 degrees. Okay na? Repeat the same experiment with the different angles of incidence and find out the corresponding angle of refraction. In first case we have to take the 10 degrees angles of incidence and find out the corresponding angle of refraction. Do the same experiment with the different angles of incidence like 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees. Up to 48 degrees only this experiment should be done, up to 48. Other than this experiment should not verified. Okay now Amma? Here in all these cases find out the angle of refraction. Okay, for example you have to take the angle of incidence is equal to 10, the angle of refraction is 30. Here we have to take the angle of incidence is equal to 20 degrees. The angle of refraction is 22. Here we have to take the 30 degrees. The angle of refraction is 34 degrees. Okay na? In three cases, the angle of refraction is more than the angle of incidence. And one more thing, this is a very important point, Amma. This experiment should be done at the angle of incidence of below 48 degrees, Amma. Up to 48 degrees enough. Okay na? Here in three cases the angle of refraction is more than the angle of incidence. Okay? By using this experiment we have to say that when light rays that travels from denser to rarer, that means water to air. The light ray travels from denser to rarer, water to air. The refracted ray bends away from the normal. Okay na? In all these cases the angle of refraction is more than the angle of incidence. Okay? By using this experiment, we have to say that when light ray that travels from denser medium to rarer medium, the refracted ray bends away from the normal. That means the angle of refraction is always greater than the angle of incidence. Okay, now see the next one. That is N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Already I said about the 3 or more formulas for refractive index. My refractive index N is equal to sin I by sin R. And next this refractive index is equal to V1 by V2. And this one should be equal to N2 by N1. And this one should be equal to C by V. These are all regarding the formulas. These are all the formulas regarding refractive index. Refractive index N is equal to sin I by sin R. That is equal to V1 by V2. That is equal to N2 by N1. That is equal to C by V. Okay, Nama? In this session, I have to derive the equation n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. In this case, n1 means refractive index of first medium, n2 means refractive index of second medium, I means angle of incidence and r means angle of refraction. Okay ma? n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. This is the derivation for the Snell's law. See, for example, if a person is traveling in boat, suddenly the person has fallen out of the boat and screaming and screaming or crying and for the help. That time we saw an accident that we are placed at some point. Masira, for example, this is the shoreline. This is for the shoreline. Okay na? Shoreline. Shoreline means this one should be act as a interface line. Interface line means separating the two medias. This is for water and this is for the air or land. This is for land. Okay na? Here these are all water molecules. If a person is traveling in a boat, suddenly the person was fallen out of the boat and screaming for his help. We saw a total accident. We are placed at a point A. Okay na? You are the person that we should present or placed at a point A. We saw an accident. That accident should be takes place at a point B. Okay na? At a point B. By using this one, we have to derive the equation n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin r. Okay na? And one more thing, in order to save that person, we have to travel certain distance on land and swimming in water. Okay na ma? In order to save that person, we have to travel certain distance in land and certain distance in water. For example, we have to maintain the speed v1 in land and maintain a speed v2 in water. Okay na? According to Fermat's principle, the light is always select a path which takes a least time to travel to reach the destination point. Now listen carefully. According to the Fermat's principle, the light is always select a path which takes a least time interval to reach the destination point. In the same way, the light should be think. In the same way, we have to think and we have to realize which path is suitable for saving that person. Which path is suitable for saving that person. And one more thing, we are more advantageous. We are traveling more distance in water and less distance and one more thing, we are the more advantageous is we have to travel the more distance on land and less distance in water. That is useful to save that person. Okay na ma? You are the person are presented at a point A. Okay na, on the land. The accident should be takes place at a point B in the water. Okay na? And next one, see the first one, we have to draw the normal at a point C. Okay na? We have to draw the normal at a point C. We have to select a path, first path, this is the ACB. Okay? This is the first path to save that person. Here this is the normal and this is the incident. This one should be called as angle of incidence. This is called angle of refraction. Okay na? This is the one path. That means ACB is the one path to save that person. See the next, draw the next perpendicular line which is very closer to the point C, that is DM. Here also this is the second path to save that person. To save that person. Here this is angle of incidence and this is the angle of refraction. Here ACB is the one path and ADB is the second path, which is both are equal. In both paths take the equal distance of time. Okay na? And next, here C and D, these are the 2 points. At the 2 points, 2 perpendicular lines should be drawn. Okay na? Here, in order to save that person, we travel to more distance on land and we travel to less distance in water. Okay na? That means we are getting a more speed, more running in land when compared to the water. Here, draw the perpendicular line from D to this one, amma. This is E. And draw the another perpendicular line C to refracted ray. That this is F. Okay, na? Here, EC is the distance travelled by the man on land, and DF is the distance travelled by the man in water. Now look at the board. Here EC is the distance travelled by the man on land, and DF is the distance travelled by the man in water. Okay, now here V1 is the speed of the man that is travelled on water, and V2 is the speed of the man that is swimming in water. V1 is the speed of the man that is travelled on land, and V2 is the speed of the man that is swimming in water. Okay, now here look at the picture. From the picture or from the diagram, the distance travelled by the man is equal to the distance travelled by the man on land. Okay, now here distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. Here distance is EC, amma. EC is the distance travelled by the man on land. Speed is equal to V1 and time is delta t. Here in these two parts, equal time should be maintained by that person. Okay, now here this is equation number 1. And next one, the distance travelled by the man. The distance travelled by the man. The distance travelled by the man in water. Okay, now here df is the distance travelled by the man in water. It maintains a speed v2 and change in time interval is delta t. This is equation number 2. Okay, now here from 1 and 2, EC by df is equal to v1 delta t by v2 delta t. v1 delta t by v2 delta t. Here delta t get cancel, amma. Here EC by df is equal to v1 by v2. This is the first equation of motion. Okay, now amma, this is the first equation, amma. Here first, second, this is the third equation. Okay, now look at the board. The distance travelled by the man on land. Distance is equal to speed into time. Distance means EC is the distance travelled by the man on land, and DF is the distance travelled by the man in water. In land. Okay, now V1 is the speed maintained by the man on land, and VT is the speed maintained by the man in water. Okay, see the next one, amma. Here DEC, this is the right angle triangle. From triangle DCE, sin I is equal to opposite side, amma. Opposite side by sin I is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Amma. Opposite side is equal to EC and hypotenuse is equal to CD. From the diagram, amma, sin I. Here this is I, amma. This is for R. Sin I is equal to opposite side EC by adjacent side DC. This diagram should be written as, look at the board, amma. Here D C E. Okay, now this is for I. Sin I is equal to opposite side EC by adjacent opposite side EC by hypotenuse is DC. Now look at the board. Hypotenuse by opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side EC. Hypotenuse is CD, amma. Okay, na? Amma, this one should be written as C, D and next E, amma. Okay? Here sin I, this one. Sin I is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. EC by CD. Okay na? In the same way, look at the another diagram, mama. This is C, D, C, and next one F. Okay na? Here this is for angle of refraction R. This is for angle of refraction R. Okay na? Here in this case also opposite side by hypotenuse. Here sin R. From this diagram, sin I is equal to opposite side EC by hypotenuse CD. From this diagram, sin R is equal to opposite side CF by hypotenuse CD. Okay, Rama. Here from these two equations, this is equation number 4 and this is equation number 5. From 4 and 5, sin I by sin R is equal to EC by CD by CF by CD. Okay, Rama. Here CD get cancelled. This one should be written as sin I by sin R is equal to EC by CF. Okay, now this is equation number 4. Equation number 6. This is equation number 6. See the first equation EC by DF is equal to V1 by V2. Sin I by sin R is equal to EC by CF. From 3 and 6 equations, here left side, this one should be written as sin I by sin R is equal to EC by CF. Okay, Namma? Here this value should be equal to V1 by V2. From this one, sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2. Okay, Namma? Sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2. This one is also equal to N2 by N1. From this one, we have to write sin I by sin R is equal to N2 by N1. Apply the cross multiplication. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Okay, Nama? This is for the Snell's law. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Okay? In this session, overall this lesson, in this session, we have discussed about the angle of refraction is always greater than the angle of incidence. And next one, N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Thank you.